Hey young world,
The world is yours.
hey young world,
The world is yours.
young world, young world,
The world is yours.
young world.
Hey young world, what's good? How's it going? Get this video done before it gets dark out here in Cali. What have we got today? We're talking about unemployed people and so-called society. So-called society, that word means a lot different. It's a lot different to me now than how it was prior to COVID. Just learning some things mid-20s as opposed to early 20s. But we'll just get into the script here. 100 million plus unemployed United States, ? Because I don't know if that is accurate. That's like astounding to even say. It was astounding to write as well. But some estimates put the current unemployment at over 100 million people. And to be honest, it was crazier to me when I first read that stat and wrote it down than it is to me now. Because then I started thinking about it and I'm like, that kind of, it's not too outlandish to me. It's like, what's the word? It's like eased itself. That number has like eased itself upon my brain. Like it's more believable to me now. I have no idea if it's true at all though, or how they came up with that number. Later in the script, actually, I kind of tried to see if I can come up with it myself. But I do know that the official unemployed number is somewhere between 7 and 8 million. And in that calculation, they don't count people who are not looking for work, as if they are not still part of the underlying economy. To me, that's flippin' hilarious. I guess I can see it. If you're not looking, then are you unemployed? Yeah. But, for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure they have a reason why they don't count it. It was probably because of work. It's probably because of the women. They're back when women didn't work. I don't know how old this calculation is, but women wouldn't be looking for work, right? Or at least a lot of them wouldn't be. If they were stay-at-home moms. So you would say, okay, if they're not looking for work, we're not going to count them, because it would just make sense, because they wouldn't be in the workforce regardless. But shit, I don't know if that's the reason, but that's the only reason I could think of. Unless they're really just trying to make these numbers better at all costs, man, I don't know. But so the number unemployed is probably at least 10 to 20 million. Some estimates say unemployment is around 35% now. Some people will say we're at Great Depression numbers, which I honestly kind of agree with them. That would be 30 to 35%, because Great Depression, we were above 30%. I don't even know why I say we. I mean, it's not like I was alive during that time. My family wasn't even in America during that time. So, I don't know why I say we, but, it is what it is. 35% actually is a little above 100 million people, because the US has around 340 million people on record. I don't know about off record. I'm pretty sure there's more people here that are not counted in the census. So I'm pretty sure US has a lot more than 340 million people, to be honest. But in terms of on record, 340 million people we have around there. So maybe that 100 plus million unemployed number is legit. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I wouldn't be surprised if that was legit. Whatever the case is, honestly, to me, this is all insane. It's clear to me why it's happening as well. At least it seems to be clear to me. I'm not employed myself, at least not on record with traditional employment. So I am among the ranks of the unemployed in those numbers. So first, let's acknowledge that our economy is changing, and it's changing rapidly, especially since COVID hit. It's now shifting from a service-heavy economy to an information and data-driven economy, as I've said multiple times on this channel in the past. So this means more people on their personal computers, word to Bill Gates, exchanging money and value completely online. And I just signed up for a Coinbase account today. People are exchanging money, value, whatever the hell you want to call it, completely online. Modern methods of calculating employment have no way of accounting for this. They're trying, and they'll probably get it eventually. Second, we know about the money printing. Make no mistake about it. A lot of people are just chilling at home, completely disincentivized to work. To be honest with you, that actually kind of describes me 50 to 60% of the day. If it wasn't for Slick Rick's song that I'm gonna post, I think that's gonna be my new intro, so like you guys have heard a little bit of it by now once I edit this. If it wasn't for that song, I'd probably be laying in bed and watching Bloomberg and YouTube videos all day. Whether consciously or unconsciously, people are becoming aware of their rapidly diminishing purchasing power. So it begs the question, what is the opportunity cost of going out and trying to find and hold down a job that doesn't outpace inflation? To me, how do you answer that question? To me, it's like you guys have already, I'm not even going to get into that. This script is long enough, but you guys got to make that decision for yourselves. Third, the lack of those old social contracts. Less marriage and nuclear families, less of a sense of purpose and importance in today's jobs. Less of an emphasis on producing things for the homeland, United States. You call that the homeland. Less quality relationships in general. All of this doesn't scream high unemployment, at least it doesn't to me. Also, a general lack of confidence in and respect for government leaders doesn't help either. Like when you're coerced rather than other means of joining up with or taking a leader, or accepting a leader. Like when it's coercion, it's not as, people don't respect it as much. It's like that one fable where you had the sun and the cloud trying to get this one man who was walking down the path to take his jacket off. The cloud went first, and the cloud was just like blowing and creating like crazy ass weather, trying to force the man to take his jacket off. And what did the guy do? He just clung tighter onto his jacket, so it never came off. But then the sun comes in later when the wind is done doing its thing, when the cloud is done. The sun comes in and basically just goes out and like just sits in the sky for a long time. And then what does the man do? The man stops walking down the path. He takes a rest in the grass near the path, and then he takes off his jacket and just sits on it and enjoys the beautiful day. Like, so what do you know? The sun won that. Didn't coerce the guy. It just beamed down brightly. And I guess that's kind of how the government should take some maybe some lessons from that. Or maybe I don't know enough. Who knows? Maybe I don't know enough. So it is what it is. The last factor I'll talk about in this video is people not really liking the direction in which things are going. There seems to be a general unease about the direction in which society in general is going. This is part of the reason why so many workforce veterans decided to leave the workforce when the whole COVID situation happened. And then when vaccine mandates happened after that, you had even more leave. There are a multitude of trends that many people simply do not desire to work toward. Be it more government overreach, more influence of big tech, more automation, more perpetuation of things in general that they don't agree with, etc. These trends require people to work for them and to sustain them, and for people to follow them. Like, that's how these trends influence more and more people and become the norms. So it requires people to be behind them. a lot of people simply do not want to be behind ushering in these trends. So they, they just left. Like, they left their place of employment. They left whatever they were doing. I'm talking in generalities, but this happened I've seen it happen just in my own life. Teachers retiring, some of my friends just leaving the workforce, like taking their money and like running essentially. Word to the Steve Miller Band. Like, and even in my own life personally, like, what did I do? Like, so it is what it is. Whether or not our actions end up exacerbating these trends or whether they stop them in their tracks, I don't even think people are thinking that far. They just think, hey, I don't want to be part of this, so I'm leaving. And, I can't blame them. Do we know all the things necessary to make the best decision for humanity in general? No, we don't. Like, we just know the best things for ourselves. So, it is what it is. Try to do your best with what you got, with your own perspective, basically. And I'll stop the list there. Although I could go on and on. Let us see what the implications of these numbers and the accompanying phenomena are moving forward. Let's see what the implications of all this stuff is moving forward. I'll keep y'all posted as best I can. And some interesting stuff may be happening with me in the future, depending on reality in general. So I try to keep you guys posted on that too. We'll see what it is. We'll see what happens. And deuces for now. Stay healthy. Healthcare Network, I'll just keep saying that. Hopefully it means something in due time. But yeah, that's it for me. Alright, pieces, y'all. I'll catch y'all later.